What is going on, YouTube? Tom here. Yes. Let's talk about that electric Mustang that everybody saw at SEMA. Because you're never going to get that kind of sound out of an electric vehicle unless it's piped in through speakers. And even then, it's never going to sound that good, in my opinion. So yes, if you all are new to sort of the world of SEMA, that's the Special Equipment Manufacturers Association. Basically, everybody who's in the aftermarket for cars puts their products out at SEMA. And Ford, they put out a lot of cars in collaboration with other companies in order to kind of promote their cars. So, Ford, in collaboration with a German company, made an electric Mustang to debut at SEMA. Looked like it was based on a Mustang GT. The result was a 900 horsepower electric Mustang with 1,000 foot-pounds of torque, and all of that power is put through the ground through a manual transmission. And of course, everybody in the internet has effectively lost their minds thinking, oh my god, how can Ford do this? This isn't the future. It means the future is going to be electric powered. Well, I hate to break it to y'all, it already has been electric powered with Teslas. For an electric car, believe me, my head would be in the back seat right now if I had that 900 horsepower and that 1,000 foot-pounds of instant torque. So yes, they debuted it, and of course there's Tesla right now, actually. Beside me, y'all can't see it, but there's Tesla. So yes, everybody's kind of losing their minds about it, like, is this the future or not? So, now, in order to make sure that it can actually put that power to the ground, it is actually through a billet MT82. Now, they haven't said specifically it's an MT82, but the transmission is a get-rag manual transmission, which, if I'm not mistaken, that sounds like an MT82 to me. Just billet gears, which makes sense with all that power going through it. It's going to need it. The rear end, they said, is a Ford Super 8.8 rear end and Ford Performance axles. Makes perfect sense to me. That's kind of what you need to handle all that power. That's even what you need for a gas car to handle the power. All that through, and I'm surprised they actually did only these tires. They only did Michelin P4S tires, which is what I have on my car, my 18 Mustang GT Performance Pack, level 1. Problem is, these tires are not good at a dig, so all that power through the electric motors, it's just, I cannot see that car hooking at all. Of course, it kind of gets some help in hooking because it is electric, it is heavy. Therefore, they actually said they had to go to carbon fiber body panels in order to reduce weight. And these cars are not light. This car here, my 18 GT, this is a 3,700 pound car already. And now, that's not the heaviest. It's not like a Dodge Challenger levels of heavy, but that's also not lightweight. I've been hearing a lot of people talk about Mustangs recently being a lightweight car. I'm like, it's not. It's not a Miata. It's not a Challenger, but it's not a Miata. So, carbon fibered panels, though, that was said to reduce a lot of weight. I'd love to actually see that car do a quarter mile. I actually want to see it run, because right now, all I've seen is a bunch of pictures and a bunch of descriptions. And they haven't said exactly what it's capable of for anything like 0 to 60, quarter mile, any of that. Of course, with a manual transmission, it sounds like they're trying to make it kind of for two reasons. One, it sounds like it's still trying to be a road course car. P4S tires are kind of a street / basic track tire. And then manual transmission, as a lot of people know, manuals for years upon years were faster for road courses. So that kind of leads me to the point of I think this is more for track, but it's also kind of for the enthusiasts, since a lot of manual fanboys, myself included, are we're kind of sad that the manual is going to go away. So I know it's going to be, I think the manual will stay around, but it'll be like vinyl records or film photography. It's only hipsters are ever going to do it, which I'm fine with, because again, someone who likes vinyl and film photography, that's fine with me. But I was a little bit confused, like, wait a minute, it's electric. It's like it could be like a Tesla. It actually really doesn't need a transmission at all. So it sounds like they're just doing this to appease manual fanboys. I see if this car actually were to go to production, I see them not even using the transmission at all. I see them doing like a Tesla style direct drive setup. And that's even if this goes into production at all. They said there's no plans for production, but if enough demand existed, I could see them doing it. Honestly, my thoughts are they going to offer like a swap kit? Because believe me, I'd want to know what an electric swap kit would cost. I don't think I would do it to my car. I love that sound way too much. We're in track mode right now with the exhaust. I absolutely love the sounds this thing makes. That's another reason I just don't think I can go to electric cars at the moment, but of course, they said also this is going to drum up some support, because as a lot of people know, November 17th, which is actually by the time of filming this, that's not a little over a week and a half away from launching. So about a week and a half, we'll see Ford's electric Mustang-inspired SUV. So of course, this also kind of drums up some support for that, some interest. Like, hey, here's an all-electric actual Mustang. Now let's see if the SUV can live up to that. It probably won't have the 900 horsepower that this car is going to have. Then the other one is there's still the rumor about the 2020 hybrid-powered Mustang, which no surprise there, that's kind of coming next. That's probably going to be in the future Ford debut queue, since they're saying that's 2020. I mean, we're kind of cutting it close for 2020, so it might end up being 2021. If it even happens at all at this point. I'm still curious to see that. And so, I mean, I think it's safe to mention, though, with this electric Mustang, it's probably, if they ever put it into actual production, one, it won't be 900 horsepower, unless they're going to make it, this is going to be like the new Shelby. I see it being like, 400 horsepower electric car, and I see it being for Europe. I don't even see it being for the US market right away. Because in Europe, of course, they're trying to end gasoline sales by 2040. A lot of European countries have that sort of goal, and all the European automakers are saying by 2020 something they're all going to be entirely hybrid or electric cars anyway. And then it came to me as no surprise that this was in conjunction with a German company. So basically, sounds like to me, it's really for Europe anyway. Yeah, a lot of people know that in Europe, the Mustang is a $100,000 car, due in part to taxation and then this guzzler tax that they have to pay. But that's all unclear at this point what's going to happen with this electric drivetrain. Personal opinion about EVs, I know a lot of people seem to think that, there's no future with EVs, all this other stuff. I don't know, it's just going to be a fad. Well, I think EVs, regardless of if they're green or not, I still think are going to be the engineering future of cars, since they have the benefit of torque, they have the benefit of serviceability being so easy. So I definitely see an electric future, and so I definitely see that. And a lot of people pointing out all the engineering flaws. Well, it's early in their design process. You look at 20 years ago, we had the Saturn EV1 or GM EV1, little tin can EV car, ended up being a dismal failure, and it's like, here we are 20 years later, 900 horsepower Mustang EV. So it's like, there's a future there. If you look at that 20 years, what's it gonna look like in another 20 years? By that point, we should figure out the chargeability. All things like that will be figured out. The battery life. I need problems right now. Like, Teslas have some problems, but in 20 years, I think we should have some of that figured out. Regardless of, you know, where our energy comes from. It's definitely gonna be one of those things. It's gonna happen. So, and personally, I think the hot rod spirit is gonna continue to exist regardless of if EVs take over or not. Because an EV recently completed Drag Week. Gutted Tesla not only competed, but completed Drag Week. I think the next step for that is if one goes and competes in Le Mans and does pretty well, like 24 hours of Le Mans, then I'll say it. I think EVs really are going to start taking over. Because hybrids have already won Le Mans, so that's just my take on, you know, the electric car situation, whether, you know, they really truly are going to be the future or not. I just think there is definitely a future of EVs. I definitely think it's going to happen. And this EV Mustang, this to me is like, for me, this car, just like the E-Copo Camaro, is actually a bit of relief for me because it's saying, look, if this is the future of EVs, bring it on. I want a 900 horsepower EV Mustang in the future. I want this car already. If they go into production, you know, I kind of want one. I don't know if I would ever trade this car in. You know, my car sounds amazing, and I definitely have a lot of plans with this thing while gas is still available. And even then, I'd probably keep this one as the legacy car, the gas car, even if I have to pay a carbon credit in the future. But let me know in the comment section below what you think about all of that. What do you all think about this electric Mustang? I mean, hopefully it doesn't make all y'all sad. Hopefully you all can do like me and you embrace that this is going to be the future of the Mustang. Even if you don't get that, it'll still be amazing. My head would be in the back seat if I had that EV Mustang right now. Make sure cops aren't around. I'm gonna start doing things like that. But let me know what you think about that car. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. If you are stopping in for the first time, go ahead and subscribe. But anyway, take care. Have a good day.